Brett with BadorRad. Have you guys ever heard of the sweet new attachment coming out for Nintendo? No one said that in 1992 when the Aladdin Deck Enhancer came out. Most people didn't even know it came out, and most people never even played the Cam America cartridges because they were usually only in rental stores, which were usually like a Rite Aid or a Farm or some sort of medication, prescription type of place. They usually had rental games. Later on, like Blockbuster started doing cartridge rentals, and Hollywood Video, which Hollywood Video is deceased. Most of those prescription places are deceased, and Blockbuster's on its way out. But back in the day, you could go in and rent a system and games, and Cam America was mostly in those. They were gold cartridges with a switch on them. If you haven't seen one, I'll grab one real quick. Well, this one was actually from Blockbuster. This is a Big Nose the Caveman. Still has crappy stickers all over it. But on the back, there was a switch on it. So if it didn't work on the setting you had it on, you could flip the switch and try again, and it would work. It was a kind of a converter to different countries. So like we are here in America, we're NTSC, then Japan's NTSCJ, and then Europe is PAL, which that format happens with a lot of movies and games. That's why some things don't work in American systems or players, while our stuff doesn't work in theirs. If you didn't know that, you can look that up. NTSC and PAL are completely different for different locations. Same reason why people have different ACs. Like if you got one of the newer cell phones and you're like, why does it got 15 plugs? That's for other people's energy. Using different things, I'm sure you know that, maybe you didn't, but the Aladdin Deck Enhancer, mine is brand new. I'm not going to play it today, but I figured I would show it to you. I have the entire collection, all brand new. The Aladdin Deck Enhancer was kind of like the Game Genie, where you would plug this into your Nintendo, and then this one came with, I believe it's Dizzy the Adventure. Dizzy games were made by two brothers in England. Kind of a learning game, platformer. They're decent, they're fun. But the Aladdin Deck Enhancer came out. No one had one. I don't remember any of my friends having one. Didn't even know it came out until probably 10 or 15 years later, when I was really starting to get into a lot of collecting. I was like, what the hell is this thing? But I've got one now. I have played the games, and a lot of the games that are on it were already on the system anyway, so most of the stuff on this was kind of pointless to even have. But on the back, it shows you the cartridges that came out that are available now, which I have all those sitting here. It gave you directions on how to use the Deck Enhancer. It's the smart new way to play games. It isn't. And it does require a Nintendo Entertainment System. But this came with the Aladdin Deck Enhancer, a compact cartridge of Dizzy the Adventurer, which it tells you, but it says that on the front of the box. Dizzy the Adventurer has all this silly information on it that you don't really need to know. But down here in the bottom corner, it says coming soon. Now in the coming soon area, we have several games. Some of them actually were already on Cam America cartridges, like the one I showed you at the beginning. But things they were planning on releasing was Go Dizzy Go, Team Sports Basketball, Big Nose the Caveman, which I just showed you, Metal Man, B-52, Stunt Kids, MiG-29 Soviet Fighter, F-16 Renegade, CJ's Elephant Antics, The Ultimate Stuntman, and Dream World Pogie. Several of those did actually come out on the Cam America cartridges, these here, that you can actually still get. A lot of the Aladdin games that came out, actually, I think all of them, were available on the other cartridges. So this thing was kind of worthless if you knew that the games were already out on cartridges. But Aladdin's first game is Quattro Sports. Quattro Sports had Baseball Pros, Soccer Simulator, Pro Tennis, and BMX Simulator. This is a cartridge that you could get, released on the regular Nintendo, not on the Aladdin Deck Enhancer. Micro Machines was as well. And here's a copy of Micro Machines. The Fantastic Adventures of Dizzy, which was released. You could already play this. But Pogi was actually in this. Pogi was a purple mouse. So that was one of the games that was supposed to come out for the Deck Enhancer that never did. Quattro Adventure, which is also on the Nintendo. This has Boomerang Kid, Super Robin Hood, Treasure Island Dizzy, and Linus Spacehead, the first game. Big Nose Freaks Out, which was also on a Cam America cartridge. You could get this one already. And Linus Spacehead's Cosmic Crusade, which was the sequel to Linus Spacehead. That is a complete collection for the Aladdin Deck Enhancer. It is dumb, and so it's definitely not rad. Some of the games on it are rad, but you could already play them, so kind of pointless to buy this thing. And a lot of the games that were going to be coming soon were already available. So again, kind of dumb. I'm releasing this thing in 1992. Probably wasn't the best idea, since the newer consoles were in preparation to be released soon. So this coming out at the end of the Nintendo's life cycle probably wasn't the best of ideas. I mean, there were still a couple years left, but it obviously didn't sell. It died pretty fast. This stuff was actually all made by Codemasters, which is a company that eventually went into making a lot of racing games. I'm pretty sure they still exist. They've never really made anything fantastic, but they do still release games every so often. But the Aladdin Deck Enhancer, you're not rad. Not at all. Bad idea. Some of the games, once I do reviews on those, some of those are rad. Kinda. More than the ore range, but I'll get to those eventually. But figured I'd do a video for the Aladdin Deck Enhancer, and the mail person just knocked on the door, so hopefully I got some more cool stuff today. But everyone, have a good one. Aladdin Deck Enhancer, bad.